Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds? What a knob. What a knob. Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Your Football Show, and good morning to you all. It is Monday, the 28th of August, okay, which means on the 1st of September, which is Friday now, 1st of September, at 11 p.m, the transfer window shuts. And of course, Leeds United have a lot of business still to do between now and then. The news came out last night about Kamara. It came from a very credible source this time in Fabrizio Romano, saying the deal was all but done. So we're just waiting to hear some more information on that. Big up to Ma. Hope you're well, Scott. Nice to see you here on a live. Yes, my mate. Seji, how's your dad? I hope you're all doing well, my guy. Love you. So yeah, and then obviously we've had Tanaka linked. The Japanese international. So again, even for me, from a personal standpoint, give me some of them Japanese viewers, baby. You know, when you see like Heung-Min Son and everyone comes to Spurs games to see him, as a commercial aspect, it's all good. It's all good. So if we want to get a Japanese World Cup star, bring it on. Bring it on. Bielsa brought the South Americans. Jesse brought the Americans. And Tanaka's going to bring us the Japanese. No one does it like the turning Japanese. I said it. Turning Japanese. I said. I mean, however the song goes. Yeah. So Tanaka has been linked and looks like it's doable. We have got Jed Spence, Luke Thomas from Leicester, Lewis O'Brien news. There is loads. Like the start of the week, loads coming out. Obviously, the Paintsil drama, will he, won't he? It was reported that he is, and then he weren't. And now we find out it's something to do with a bonus payment from Genk in order to see him leave, which does happen in transfers. It was only just yesterday. I listened to a lot of Under the Cosh yesterday in bed, and they were talking there about, you know, if you want me to leave, you're going to have to pay X amount. I want this paying, I want that paying. Happens all the time in football. It's all about the money. It's all about the dum-dum diddle-dum-dum. So yeah, so I think that'll get done. Jamie says, just don't sign Luke Thomas, please, FFS. He's absolutely shocking, Jed Spence. Yeah, I think the thing with Jed Spence is, though, I think he'll want to play in a higher division. But yeah, I don't know. Locks has obviously said Luke Thomas is no good. I haven't seen enough of him to give an opinion, but if the club's willing to sign off on it, then I'm okay with it. But we'll have a chat about it all. If you haven't already, please pay your rent and smash a like on the video. It's going to be a very long, arduous and tiring and exciting week, though, between now and Friday, when the window slams shut. I'm thinking on Friday I might do like a 12-12. I don't know, though. We'll see in it. We'll see. Maybe some breaks in between, but we're going to try get 1 million views this month, which would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, Monty says, Joe, don't know if it's just me, but you are out of sync. What is it like? I hope it's not. You can hear me though, right? Let me have a look on my YouTube and see what it's saying. If you could all smash a like on the video while I just check out this sync issue. No, I think it's fine, bro. I think it's fine. Maybe it was you. I would maybe come out and back in. Yeah, busy this week, says Jack. It's going to be, isn't it? It's going to be an exciting end to the window. I can't remember the last time you know, we've experienced something like that, so it's all good. If no one's in for Jed Spence, he'll want football, surely. Yeah, but I think people are in for him. It's whether or not he wants to go to these respective clubs. A host of championship clubs are in for him. That goes without saying. But I think he wants to stay in the top divisions. Spent time on loan in France last season, and I think he might get an offer from there, which might tickle his pickle. I think Strasbourg were linked more recently, where Patrick Vieira is he still there? Vieira, yeah, man. So, big up Scott, big up. That'd be nice, bro. I'd forgot about that, mate. To be honest, Mike TV said it's synced out a lot because Leeds won a game. It must be 1967. Yeah, it's nice, wasn't it? I hope you watch the final word. Make sure you check it out. Everyone's buzzing right now because Leeds won a game of football. More to come. And hopefully tomorrow as well, we've got Salford in the cup. Last time we went down there, I was at the game and we beat them. Tano Berardi scored. And hopefully something similar will happen tomorrow. I understand people are the cups don't mean out and that, but I'd like a cup run. Why not? And I think we have enough to beat Salford. So let's go get another win and carry some momentum. I think that's important. If we go into the international break and beat Salford and Sheff Wednesday, we're going in with 3 wins on the spin. We've then got 10 days for the team to really gel, new players and all, and then we come back out and fly out of the blocks again after the window. So, yeah, I'd Piro's cup tied in he, which is a shame because I think he'd have played him just to get him up to speed. But yeah, I think we'll go pretty strong, to be honest. Philip says I feel a lot more optimistic for the season, myself included. Daniel Farker did tell us maybe save the best till last, and it looks like that's what we're going to do. So that's really good, isn't it? It's really good. Some exciting football yesterday as well. It was a good game. Newcastle, Liverpool, and stuff. So yeah, it's been good. Right, let's have a look at some of the news then. Phil here kindly has done a nice long read on the current state of play 44 minutes ago, going into the transfer window, so we can have a look at that. I'm just going to skip to the bits we want because there's a lot of talk about the Ipswich game. But let's get this article up and we can have a nice little read together as we do this. Andy Toon with the super chat. Big up to you, my guy. Thank you for your support as always. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, folks, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It massively helps. We're on that road to 24k. We're already over halfway there. So that would be amazing if we could do that soon. And as I say, as of yesterday, we're on 865,000 views for the month. And I'd love to get 1 million. It ain't that far away. If we could get 1 million in a month, it'd be amazing. I can't lie to you. So 865 as of yesterday. Hopefully that happens. Kurt says, yeah, the sync is well off. I don't. Some people are saying it's not, mate. I don't know if you might want to come out of YouTube and go back in. But yeah. Right. Okay. So let's have a look at the article that Phil's put in just before we do. Robert Kessler with the super sticker. Thank you very much, Robert. Thanks for your support as always, mate. It means an awful lot. Big up, Lou. Hope you're doing well, my guy. I hope things are going well. I speak a while later says, are Leeds falling apart again? They're not. They're definitely not. We're back on. We're back on 30k by Christmas. Yeah, if you dream it, they will come, right? If you build it, they will come. No, I'm not trying to get a role for LUTV. Who says that? Someone else has said that. They might do better if I were, but sorry. Right, okay. So the curiosity about how Leeds' dressing room is likely to look when the deadline passes rarely gets more intense because the club have given themselves a chance of beating a window that at various moments looked like beating them. Leeds a few days out from September 1st. Remember, it shuts at 11 p.m. on Friday. Are 5 signings to the good and have invested financially to the tune of around 20 million. Again, just 20 million spent up to this point, which tells me there's still a lot of money left, okay? Which tells me there's still a lot of money left in the coffers. That they were talking last week about committing a further 5 million to Amiri and close to 10 million to Joseph Paintsil was proof that they had more money. Again, just carrying on for the point I've just made. Some headroom below the financial fair play limit and the inclination to spend. The impact of Joel Pirro, their new 10.5 million striker at Ipswich, was a perfect example of what well-targeted cash can do, glossing a forward line with which Ipswich could not cope. And that's the most important thing we noticed after the weekend. The Championship cannot cope with that front four. And it can have many different iterations. We can have many different iterations of it. If Paintsil and that were to come in, you could drop someone and play James, and you could drop someone and play Paintsil, and it'd still be too much for the Championship. The front four, whoever it may be on that given match day, if everyone's fit, is just too much for the rest of the league for me. It's the most attacking, potent front four in this division. and I won't have said otherwise. And even your most hardened Southampton and Leicester fans will admit that, I think. They might have better players elsewhere, but for me, I think as a front four, whichever iteration it is, it's different gravy for me. So it says, last week it was reported that Amiri's proposed move for Leverkusen was off and the bid for Genk's Paintsil had run into trouble. Leeds, however, remained convinced that neither deal was dead. Amiri was on Leverkusen's bench against Mönchengladbach on Saturday but didn't play. We have had an offer for Amiri accepted, okay, and the move is now down to him. We found out last week, remember, that his wife is heavily pregnant. There may be an issue there. But he'd already agreed at one point to go to Marseille. I believe they hadn't agreed on a fee, though. They couldn't agree on a fee. So Amiri is willing to move. It's just obviously whether or not he's willing to come to Leeds. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. At 5 million, I think it's a snip, and hopefully we can aim to get the deal over the line. So a Germany international who Leeds accept will be dropping below his true level by coming to the Championship. Again, this is the angle that Leeds United have to push. Farke realised when he pushed Amiri's name forward as a possibility that an affordable price did not make it an easy signing to pull off. So this is clearly one that's been pushed by Daniel Farke, which again can only be exciting because he knows a player. The number 10 area in Farke's team is one position where additional options would be sensible. Pirro debut there last weekend. I think Pirro looked good in there, if I'm honest. I like how interchangeable it was, but if you have a specialist number 10, it just takes it to another level. Like he says, performing to a very good effect, but it stands to reason that the Dutchman will gravitate into the centre-forward slot soon. Farke sees Somerville as a more central attacker than a winger, but Amiri is sustainably more proven than Somerville, and Saturday's victory showed that the right amount of creativity in that area will yield an ample number of goals this season. That's the point, isn't it? If we have a specialist number 10, we would, we would smoke teams. He goes on to talk about Paintsil. So again, as we find out there, Amiri deal is very much in the players' hands. A fee has been agreed with Leverkusen and Leeds. The closer we get to the window, if he's not found a club, it's more likely he'll come to Leeds, right? Because it's clear he's not getting game time at Leverkusen. Does he want to play football? If he does, then Leeds is the place for him to do that. Paintsil, a Ghanaian international for whom Leeds submitted a formal offer on Friday, would strengthen Farke's options again, while also mitigating the possibility that a large offer arrives for Sinisterra before the deadline. So again, I'm led to believe, and you can take it how you want it, as I said, that the contractual issue over Cini was to do with the amount of loans Leeds United were allowed to send out, and his agent is banging down the door because he does want to get Cini out of the club. Not saying Cini's pushing, but Cini deserves to be playing at a higher level. So I suspect, hence why I did the poll yesterday on YouTube, just because of what I was told, I suspect that if anyone is going to leave, it is going to be Sinisterra, and it'll depend on if a club comes with an ample enough offer. I don't want him to go, but I understand if he does, right? So Leeds United could be preparing that with bringing in someone like Paintsil. Now, we know Paintsil was going to be playing in the Championship anyway, because he rejected a move to Southampton last week, but the deal had been agreed, and I think the main reason for him rejecting it was due to the emergence of Leeds United with his signature. And reports in Belgium suggest that he's minded to stay with Genk beyond the end of the window. However, that's been sort of like gazumped this morning. So reports in Belgium were saying he's not up for the move, which I don't believe. And then apparently it's over a loyalty payment that he's due. So again, we'll need to find out more on that. And I assume over the coming hours, it'll probably develop, because that's what will happen now. It won't be days. We'll be talking hours because we're getting so close to the window shutting. Leeds believe their interest in him still has a chance of paying off, though. Genk have not accepted their initial bid, and all sides regard the situation as complicated. As a whole, this will be a fast-moving period. Just what I was just saying, right? A case of it'll have to go boom, 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 boom. Paintsil hasn't said no, Kev. I think there's been a lot of misreports, to be honest. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I believe it's due to a loyalty payment that he's owed from Ghent. I think he's been there a hell of a lot of time. You can't tell me he doesn't fancy a new challenge, and Leeds United can offer him that. So I don't agree with him refusing. I may be wrong. Again, we need some more meat on the bones because there are a lot of conflicting reports at the minute. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's see if there has been any sort of update on that. Beto is going to sign for. Oh, apparently Leeds have signed Luke Thomas on loan. This is Global Voice of the Fans. It's from a Twitter account, a Leicester City Twitter account. He's got 12.1k. Global Voice of the Fans, football journalist, celebrity super pundit, and never wrong ITK. Jim Smasher with 1 point. Yeah, I'm not sure, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. He's saying that we've agreed a loan with Leicester. Again, it's not substantiated, so let's wait and see. It's just come from an ITK Leicester account. So Scott says, I never believe anything until official. Yeah, well, we've still got to talk about it, haven't we? We'll wait and see, though. It might not be true. Might not be true. That Sean from Enderby. That's what it is. That's what the Twitter account is. So we'll see. We'll wait and see if it's got legs. Behind their front line, Leeds are also looking for a central midfielder, and especially after Sam Byron's adductor strain at Ipswich, a fullback. Okay, for me, we need right and a left, but I think we'll only get one that'll play both sides. Leeds have more than one defender on their radar, but an approach has been made for Jed Spence. So take him on a season-long loan. Spence is not in Ange Postecoglou's plans, which is clear because he's playing Emerson Royale and Pedro Porro ahead of him. And Leeds have already done one deal with Spurs this summer, loaning Joe Rodon for the season. On the left-back front, they have looked at Burnley's Charlie Taylor and Leicester City's Luke Thomas. So what I will say, Leicester City's Luke Thomas could be brought in as someone to help shoulder the burden of losing Byron. And I would much prefer Luke Thomas over Leo Hjelde. I would much prefer Luke Thomas over Junior Firpo. If we only bring in Luke Thomas, then I'd be concerned. But if we are genuinely after Jed Spence and Luke Thomas, it's bodies. And Leeds United do lack bodies at the minute. Byram, I think, will be out for longer than, I say a normal person, but what I mean by that is somebody, I don't think his recovery will be as quick as someone who doesn't get injured as much as Sam. Do you know what I mean? He gets injured a hell of a lot, does Sam Byram. So I think Luke Thomas, if it's a cheap loan deal, if Leicester are going to pay some of his wage, which you'd imagine they would, I think it's okay. Firpo may be better in your opinion. I haven't seen enough of Luke Thomas to make an opinion on that. But Firpo's also injured. Firpo's also injured. So even still, if you can arrange a loan with Luke Thomas and still go get a good right back, it's still a good positive move for me. I think it's still a good positive move. So again, we don't know how big that or true that account is, but let's wait and see what gets said. Let's wait and see what gets said. So I'll go back to the article, but yeah, Luke Thomas seems like a very viable option, according to Phil's article. Would you prefer Charlie Taylor? People in the chat, I potentially would, but again, I've not seen enough of Luke Thomas. I think he'd be good at this level as well, Jamie, but we'll wait and see, won't we? On Jed Spence thing, as I said last week, I think Jed Spence he's waiting for a bigger move than Leeds, and the closer we get to the end of the window, the more chance we've got of getting him. I think if he is going to drop down, then I think we'll be in with a big shot of getting him. I don't think many clubs will be able to afford his move. I asked Locks if he rated him. He says no one does. So we'll see innit? But he's going to say that, especially if he comes here. Like, this is what Lux does. But we move, right? Okay, so one to watch, I guess, over the coming hours. Again, we have to remember this. It will be not days, it'll be hours. Yeah, it'll be hours. So make sure you've got your notifications on. There's over 1,000 people watching currently. If you could all pay your rent, smash a like on the video. We're hitting we're looking forward to hitting 1 million views for the month of August. Russ says, Joe, the Leicester ITK reported that Pirro had joined us at 12:20 on Thursday, and then we confirmed it in the evening. So he's decent, yeah? He's decent. Ahib Locks is chatting shite. We do rate him. There you go. That's a Leicester fan. Fair play. Fair play. So yeah, if that ITK did get the Pirro stuff right, then that's a positive sign in it. If it has got legs, the Luke Thomas story. It goes on to say options are also open in the search for a centre midfielder, signing that would support Farke's current pairing of Archie Gray and Ethan Ampadu. Leeds have been monitoring Rangers Glenn Kamara for several weeks and have the necessary funds. Several weeks, man. It's like that Titanic meme, innit? It's been hundreds of years. Like, what's happening with this? I thought we were done. What we're waiting for? Just get him in the bloody door. Talking Germany of late interest in another Farke target, Fortuna Dusseldorf's Ayo Tanaka is accurate. Okay, so Tanaka is the Japanese star that everyone was talking about at the start. I believe can play in a number 10. I don't know an awful lot about him at all, just what I've read of little bits. So yeah, look, we could be seeing not just one midfielder come in, because I was thinking, oh, maybe it is just one. If we do get, Kamara and then Ayo Tanaka, we've got bodies then, They mentioned Lewis O'Brien. I think he'd be everyone's preferred pick. He's been linked heavily over the past 7 days, although his wage and Forest valuation of him would potentially make him expensive. In all cases, Farke will have the final say. And look, maybe it is about getting deals, and sometimes you have to have a working knowledge of the European market, which I think Daniel Farke will have, having operated in Germany. We've seen with his Norwich side, they got a lot of players from the German market. Amiri, Tanaka, they're all in the German market currently. And as much as I'd like Lewis O'Brien, if Daniel Farke thinks that they're the best fits for us, then I'm totally on board. Gregory says Tanaka was good at the World Cup. I just want to pull up this comment as well from Ehebe. He said, we need players off the wage bill, exactly in regard to the Luke Thomas deal. He doesn't fit our system because we don't play fullbacks anymore. That's what I mean. Don't read too much into what Leicester fans will be saying, folks. Give anyone a chance, won't we? There was a flight from Dusseldorf to Leeds this morning. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. There you go. Andy says Luke Thomas has been an England international all the way from the 16s to the 21s. Was he involved at the Euros? Was Luke Thomas involved at the Euros this summer? Do you know? I wonder if he was involved at the Euros. Does anyone know? Let's have a look. Can someone find out for me? I'm trying to find it. I think he was, eh? Someone let me know in the chat. He was, right. Okay. So he was involved in that group. So that's a positive sign. Charlie Creswell there as well. So that's a positive sign that he was involved with that group, right? So there you go. It sounded proper Halifax. It comes back. No, that's not true. That's not true. You should never make up a mind on things like this. This is what I mean. People used to say that about Conor Gallagher because he was at West Brom, and oh yeah, but did you see West Brom was like one player does not. The reason he couldn't stay in Europe, mate, is because Forest messed him about and fucked up the transfer window. and no one in England could register players. So he did get a move to Blackburn, and then the league wouldn't let him register him. So then he had to go to MLS. So let's not just make assumptions because you played in a certain league. By that logic, like, you should never sign anyone from unknown leagues because they play in a shit league. Well, why is no one else in for him? Well, because they don't want him. I just think it's a terrible logic to have. It happens a lot. Outwardly, the German has given measured response to questions about what Leeds required and that he wanted the club to do before the window. This is about what Farkas had to say. So in midfield, it's Ayo Tanaka, Kamara, maybe Lewis O'Brien. Forward lines, Paintsil, Amiri, they're the ones. Fullbacks, looking at Luke Thomas, Charlie Taylor, Jed Spence. These seem to be the names, and I think they're all of a decent quality that will improve our squad. Because look at it. Left back, you're going to have Jamie Shack probably Tuesday night. Right back, maybe use Cody Drama, give him a chance. Centre backs, probably going to have to play Rodon alongside Creswell, I'd say, or maybe Creswell Stroud, maybe. Midfield, JB and Ampadu. So we need bodies, don't we? We need bodies. The front four will take care of itself. We've got bodies there. Somerville might play. James might be fit. But from the forward line backwards, it needs bodies. And all the names that are linked, Tanaka, Amiri, Spence, Thomas, Taylor, they all improve us, right? In my opinion, anyway. They all improve the squad for sure. Dean Garner's not a thing. Dean Garner is not a thing. I've not seen him come from anywhere credible at all. Grady Dean Garner's pish. He's pish. So Leeds United are looking at players like Paintsil, Amiri, not Grady Dean Garner. He's pish. Yeah, Max, we've already had some praise him on here. They're gonna say that, bro. Sometimes you have to look at it objectively. And they're not going to say that. They're going to say, Leeds taking our casts off. Yeah, that's what it'll be. But we'll see come the end of the season, won't we? We'll see come the end of the season. Right, okay, so behind the scenes, he has been highly active in driving recruitment, insistent on dictating a direction of travel that would give him a fighting chance in the Championship. Winning at Ipswich did not shape the season, not in Farkas' eyes anyway, but the events of this week might. And that is true. It's so important to see how much Leeds United do in this window, because if we do as much as we should, i.e. 2 fullbacks, 2 midfielders, 4, 2 fullbacks, 2 midfielders. I don't even think, if we don't lose anyone, the front four's all right, in my opinion. But if you're going to go out and get Paintsil, then go and do it. Do you know what I mean? 100%. So Leicester arrival, if he was decent, they wouldn't lower him out. I mean, I just have to look at City and Arsenal and say that that's not true. At the end of the day, money talks, doesn't it? We've got to change the balance sheet and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we move, don't we? Let's see what people are saying. It's going to be a crazy week. Yeah. Club has to be pragmatic. If we want 5 or 6 in, they can't all be 10 million players on 30, 40 grand per week. So some signings will be adequate rather than special. I think that's a great comment, Pete. I think that is a great comment, because thing is, if you get Luke Thomas on loan, he plugs a gap that we have. And then maybe you can then afford to pay Jed Spence's wages then. Do you know what I mean? With the money that you've saved, because Jed Spence will be on a pretty penny at Spurs. So there's that to think about. Amiri's only 5 million. Tanaka looks like he'll be cheap. Paintsil might be expensive, but going out and getting players from these markets does mean that you won't have to pay as much as though you would have in England. I think maybe, for all we know, the Luke Thomas thing might have just been really pushed to the front due to the injuries and the lackluster performance of Cody Drama, that the club go, yeah, we're going to need we needed a body in there anyway. But even now, it's like, we need a body in quick. Right, who's available on loan? What about Luke Thomas at Leicester? yeah, he can do a job. Yeah, let's bring him in. That's what I'd imagine kind of conversations went on. Do you know what I mean? I don't see him being a long target of Leeds United. It just might be needs must. I think it was a similar situation with the Rodon one, I think. When Cooper got injured, I'd imagine. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fast paced. Make sure you've got your notifications on. If anything else drops, you know where to be. Notification bell smashed, and I'll be on. Yeah. So Sean from Enderbury has tweeted out to say Leeds have signed Luke Thomas on loan. If it is true, then I'm sure we'll hear soon enough. I'm sure we'll hear soon enough. I'll have to wait and see if he's the best thing. Do a big stream deadline day, Joe. It's looking that way, Jack. It's definitely looking that way. But yeah, don't forget, like I'll be live throughout the day if anything happens. Yeah. But we'll be live tonight at 9 or 10 doing the big match preview because we play Salford tomorrow. Okay. So there'll be me, Andrea, and some others tonight. And we'll be chatting about Salford. So make sure you keep it locked. I'll be live. As I said, notifications on because if anything else drops between now and tonight, you know I'll be live. Thanks as always for watching. There's where the current land lies, I guess, with Leeds United. Yeah. Right back and left back needed. Couple of centre midfielders. A number 10 and maybe another winger to mitigate one of the wingers leaving. I think if I was to put my money on it right now, I think Cine leaves because Leeds will receive an offer they cannot refuse. I think Lockie's not on later. I think his missus has got him under lock and key. But it's fine because he does spend a hell of a lot of time. It's all right for us single folk. As I told you the other day, though, partners hate Leeds United. Mine did anyway. Fucking hate Leeds. Well, I hate them, I do. I hate them. Anyway, get your notifications smashed. Subscribe if you're new. Remember, we're looking to aim to hit that target of 1 million live viewers. Just about 100k more to go. And yeah, it might be real. Damar says, what we're saying today, any signings? I hope so. I think Tanaka could be in the country for a medical. I think Kamara could get done. So yeah, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, smash a like on the video. JP, I'm not on mute, mate. So I don't know if you need to sort yours out. Anyway, thanks always for watching, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace out, folks. Enjoy your day. Love you all.